This clip is from the Boundary Riders podcast, and if you do enjoy this, then make sure to check out the full episode out every single Wednesday morning on YouTube and Spotify. I wanted to take a quick look at the Brownlow Medal ladder predictor at this moment and see who's in front, because I think around this point of the year, we're about 13, 14 rounds into it. We're starting to get a good idea about what players are going to be up there when the Brownlow will be done at the end of the season. Now, this is according to the AFL website. They have said at the moment that Jordan Dawson is at 2 votes outright in front on 18, in front of Hugh McCluggage and Bailey Smith on 16, Noah Anderson, Max Gawn, Connor Rozee at 15, and then Dacos, Green is Tom Green, and Zach Merritt all on 14 votes. So, pretty tight race at this stage. I tend to agree with with Jordan Dawson being up the top. A little bit surprised Nick Dacos is a little bit lower. He's 4 votes behind, but he has been tagged in a couple of games this year, and Sidebottom's actually probably taken a few votes from him, if I'm being honest. Bailey Smith being on 16, that is, not surprising. He's had a really good year, but, I don't think anyone could have imagined how good a season he would have had in his first year at the Cats, so he's doing really well. But Hugh McCluggage is having a really underrated season, in my opinion. He's second on the list right now. He's probably up there. He's definitely got a few votes in the Boundary Riders Medal, of course. If you watch the review on the main channel, you would know. I'm not going to reveal the leaderboard for that, by the way, until the end of the season when we do the live stream, because I just think it's more fun that way. But Hugh McCluggage has definitely polled a lot of votes so far to this point of the year. Now, I wanted to quickly mention a couple of players which I think could maybe make a big rise or could be like a smoky for a Brownlow at the moment. Now, on the Crows' point of view, they haven't necessarily relied on Dawson over the last month or so, and his votes have definitely dried up. Now, I think... And I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to the lead, because there's been a lot of Crows players over the last month or so when they've been winning that he has not actually got votes. So at the moment, he's in front, according to the predictor anyway. I think he will be very high up there. I think there'll be a lot of games throughout the rest of the year where they win at home and he'll get votes. But there's a lot of players coming around him that are probably stealing some from him at the moment. You look at Ben Keys, who's doing really well lately. A couple of the defenders are probably taking some votes from him as well. And, a couple of the forwards like Josh Rochelli's probably done some really good performances, Riley Thilthorpe. There's a lot of players like taking those 1 and 2 votes, where Jordan Dawson hasn't had like the 3 vote absolutely outstanding game. But he may have got 1 or 2, but are probably being taken away from like those players at the Crows that are like in really hot form at the moment. So Jordan Dawson, I think is definitely the favourite. I think at the moment he's in outstanding form, and I think that he deserves to be, highest on the predictor. But I don't know if you're able to hold it. I personally think that the 2 sneaky chances right now are Max Gawn and Noah Anderson. Now I think Anderson, because of a few weeks ago we actually saw the ratings on who has the easiest and who has the hardest fixtures going into the rest of the season. The Gold Coast have the 3rd easiest, and I think Noah Anderson can make a really big charge towards the end of the year. He's only, at the moment on the predictor, he's only 3 votes behind Jordan Dawson, and I think that Anderson, maybe Rao would probably be a little bit of an annoyance for him on the Brownlow night, because Rao may take some votes from him. However, I do think that Noah Anderson is a sneaky chance. And the reason why I say Max Gawn is because I think he gets a lot of 1-vote games when his team loses. And when they win, he's usually a part of the votes. I think we've seen already this year that he's on 15 votes right now, and his team had a very poor start. But I think he's definitely got some votes coming through there. He could get some sneaky 1s and 2s, which could definitely push them up. And they're in pretty decent form. So I think that Max Gawn right now is a sneaky for me. However, if I'm being honest, I think that Bailey Smith should have this in the bag, in my opinion. As long as he plays enough games, he should get it. The Cats have the easiest run home. A lot of games down in Geelong where Bailey Smith doesn't mind. I think this is Bailey Smith's Brownlow to lose, if I'm being honest. I'll be interested to see in the next couple of weeks if teams start to tag Bailey Smith and see if he can handle it. But at the moment, I think it's his to lose. I think that they've got such a good run home, and I just don't see any other players really taking votes from him, unless it's Jeremy Cameron having a 6-goal performance. But other than that, I really can't see anyone else doing it. We saw Max Holmes have a brilliant performance last week in the game when he was out. But Max Holmes, I don't think is doing that every week. And I think there's no other player that's going to be able to... No one has the capability to get, consistent votes at Geelong if it's not Bailey Smith. So I think that it is to lose at the moment. That's probably my thoughts at this stage. Sneakies are Gawn and Anderson. At the moment, Jordan Dawson, I understand, is the favourite. And my almost certainty at the moment would be Bailey Smith. I think that he is, with a great run home, he doesn't really have a lot of players that are going to take votes from him unless it's going to be an outstanding performance from Jeremy Cameron or maybe a forward or something like that. I think it's his to lose at the moment.